Hi, amazing parent. I'm Pia Dugal, certified parent coach and hypnotherapist, and I call myself the trauma cleaning lady. And today I want to share a little bit about my personal journey. For those that haven't met me before, I founded a house for abused babies and toddlers in Berlin. And during that time, I realized how effective and healing Dr. Emmy Pikler's approach is, which means we are fully present during daily care routines. We allow the child to discover the world during playtimes by themselves, of course, in a safe environment. And we allow them to go into movement whenever they are ready. We don't sit them up into an uplifted position once they aren't doing it on their own. So I was able to witness how important it is that we are truly present with the young child. That allows them to feel seen. And why is it so important to feel seen and respected? Because then we are safe. And that's the fundamental part to cooperate with us, to go into the world with joy, to explore, creating a world that is based on our imagination, and also to develop the confidence we need, the self-trust. So when I became a mother myself, of course, it was my biggest desire to be mindful and to be present. And I knew so much about Dr. Emmy Pikler's work and also the Waldorf approach. And in certain moments when my daughter triggered me, I was everything but not mindful. I wasn't able to be present. I started to yell. I started to punish her. And I was shocked. Honestly, I was totally embarrassed and ashamed. I sometimes didn't recognize myself, how I'm treating my little one that I so deeply love. And it was not only with my daughter, it was only with my husband that really through um, some moments where I didn't feel seen, where I didn't feel respected, I exploded in a way that I didn't recognize myself. And why am I sharing this with you? Because what I found out that it's not about the behavior of my daughter. It's not about the behavior of my husband. My own wounds, my triggers, they are way older than the relationship with my loved ones. So parenting made me aware how important it is to dig deeper, to look behind the curtains. And at the beginning, I thought every time I'm not present, okay, I have to meditate more or I have to practice self-compassion, whatever. But when it came to certain moments, out of the blue, I exploded and I was totally surprised. And what happens then when we respond different than we want to, than we wish to? We feel guilty, we feel ashamed. And what happens if we feel ashamed? If it's really a strong feeling, then we won't share our emotions, our experiences. And the spiral of feeling even worse and even more unworthy and even more ashamed gets stronger and stronger. And loneliness, if we stay alone with our dark feelings, that's the end of finding our way into the light. So what I realized is that our experiences we made at a young age, during puberty, whenever it was, they filter, they create the way we perceive our child and others. So in order to be mindful, it's not that we are not trying hard enough. The reason when we are not mindful is that we have still stress, wounds, self-limiting beliefs in really in our nervous system, that there is self-limitations that is stored in our system. And with that, we aren't able to be compassionate. And this has nothing to do with that we are not good enough or anything. It is simply on a physical level not possible. We know from research that, and it's the same with our children, we can't be compassionate while we are stressed. So as long as we are triggered, as long as there is stress lingering in our nervous system, our brain can't be in a state where we are compassionate and feel empathy for others. So our first task is to stop blaming ourselves for what we are doing, because it's not our fault. But I always say it's our responsibility and also our chance to really look at parenting in a way that we can grow every moment. So my work is I've developed a program where within 4 sessions, we clear out everything that's lingering in the nervous system, everything, all the chronic fatigue, the stress, everything that's holding you back, the self-limiting beliefs that makes you feel you are not good enough, you are unworthy, or you're not working hard enough. We clear this out of on the deepest level of your cellular nervous system. And from there on, all the coping you have developed, all the strategies that helped you to emotionally survive, we clear as well. And from there on, you are capable to tap into who you truly are and to attract the things in your life you desire. So the law of attraction, that you really go into the world knowing, being confident that you deserve only the positive experiences, the deepest joy in relationship. Everything that you desire comes true if you attract it. But you can't attract things if you are still running on fear, and if still stress is holding you back, because then you are then you are attracting more of the negative thing. So whenever you are a parent and you feel like you are truly stuck, and you notice that this is way older, it's not just something that triggers you for a moment, if there is a pattern, then I highly encourage you to realize that it's not your fault, that there is something within you that wants to be healed. And the reason why our children go and yeah, they are not attacking us, but for us, it feels like they want to see you as the adult they can learn from, fully stable, fully balanced, and most importantly, full of pleasure and joy and ease. I so often hear parents sharing with me that they would love to have more ease in their parenting life. And again, this has nothing to do with your children. This is because you are still running in a state of stress that is way older than your child. And I tell you, there is a wonderful way to release all the self-limiting beliefs from your system in a very short amount of time. And I always believed that I have to work very hard and that it takes very long to experience the pure joy I was looking for, the inner freedom, the bliss, and also the freedom to do what I want to do without all the self-limitations, all the blame, shame, and limiting stuff that we carry on our shoulders. So there is a way, if you are struggling with any kind of childhood trauma, with depression, with addiction, with unhealthy habits, don't hesitate to reach out. The best way to contact me is through my webpage, beginningwell.com, or send me an email at info@beginningwell.com, and we schedule a free discovery call, and you will experience a transformation within a very short amount of time. So don't forget, what I want you to take from this video is, don't feel guilty or ashamed for your behavior. It's not your fault. See it as your chance to break the cycle of generational trauma, because whatever you are experiencing, was dumped on you somehow, and your parents maybe weren't able to see you in your authentic self because they weren't able to see themselves. And this is just a generational pattern that very often is holding parents back from being their authentic self, from which your children can learn how to grow into their authentic self themselves.